Rage Whale, your regular fix for movies and mayhem.
James can't help himself to take the piss out of that intro every time.
Nice.
Again, welcome guys. Rage Well, Kev, Drew, James. You know it by now, hopefully. Episode 15.
We're almost legal.
I don't think
we're
we
almost
can.
legal.
Next episode. I didn't even think we'd get episode 1 done properly, to be honest. I just didn't think this would actually happen. So it's good that it is happening.
It's a beautiful three-way accident.
Yeah, the last episode I shouted out a few people, but in the meantime, loads of other people have messaged us and stuff like that. So, like Michelle Atherton, big shout out to her because she doesn't even have the right podcast app. She's got a different podcast app and she's downloaded it specifically to listen to us. So how cool is that? Much appreciation.
Thank you.
I've got Saoirse Curran. Side Mian is specifically listening to us and he hates films. So he's got no interest in films. And Joanna Minonoi, which I realised is a friend I've had for ages, but I've always only called her Jo, and I've never really pronounced her surname. She's French. But thank you for listening as well. Sarah Crean, Zara Tappy.
Shed.
Yeah, Shed. That's Sarah Crean. Zara Tappy and Mike Burford. Mr. Birdie himself. James sent him a message today. All right, Birdie. All right. Long time, man. Anyway, you got anyone to shout out?
Yeah, shout out to P. Diddy, who's currently on the run. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, what's he done?
He got his house raided for like sex trafficking or something, and now apparently he's on the run.
Oh, I saw the word sex trafficking. I thought it might have been a joke. That for real?
Yeah, there's loads of videos of him. Like he adopted like a young white girl a little while back. He like used to get a bit creepy with Justin Bieber.
Oh,
I mean that's. Are you is P Diddy listening to Rage Whale? Like, what's the link there to thank?
He might. I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, but he's gone quiet since this whole thing's blown up. So
while he's on the run, he can just listen to Rage Whale.
I was trying to think of a P Diddy song to make a joke out of a lyric or I can't think of a single song.
Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys for Life. Yeah.
Bad Boys 4 coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bad Boy for Life. That was quite a good song. I can't remember any of his other songs.
He didn't release a great deal. He did that. I'll be watching you. It was a cover, there wasn't it? The interesting fact about that music video, when he stacks it on the motorbike, that wasn't actually planned. He did actually crash the motorbike.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're on about. That was with Faith Evans, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's for Notorious B.I.G. on it.
Nice. Are you guys having a drink tonight?
Did you slow down when he crashed? Or was that just the camera people?
He was going he wasn't going that quick, luckily, because he wasn't wearing a helmet. So.
Yeah. It looked like the bike got from under him, quite literally, yeah.
Just wobbled, I don't know what, he just lost control.
I want to shout
he's not doing his
out Ben Francis, who's watching this
or listening to this
in Australia. Legend.
Who is?
In the Outback.
Ben Francis.
Ben Francis,
Ben Francis, look, the guy who invented Gymshark.
No. Different Ben.
Shame.
Different Ben. Yeah, he was the one I sent the screen grab of where he was listening to it in his car in Australia, basically.
Nice.
Big shout out to Poppy Rowe, aka Rocky Road. She loves that name, by the way, James.
Rocky Road.
She might even change her spotlight to Rocky Road. Who knows?
She changed her name.
Yeah. She's cool. She's got a good sense of humour because she could have taken offence to that. And
oh man, absolutely. But that's the best biscuit. Mate, Rocky Road is like the best biscuit. You've got the marshmallow, you've got the digestive, you've got the chocolate, and all the other good stuff, man. The Rocky Road is the one. Who else? Just like people walking their dogs. Thank you for walking your dogs and listening to Rage Whale. And yeah, just a lot of people that have been commenting and sharing, and you guys are awesome.
I will say one thing. There are certain episodes, like episode 11, it is worth watching at least the first half on video because there's a lot of visual related stuff on there.
Visual gags. Do you think they've hopefully watched 11 before getting to this, or do you think there might be a skipper?
Some people have skipped to 10 because
I started watching episode 11. So
yeah, a skipper. Well, I heard you, Kev, say to somebody like, "Don't worry about 1 or 2, just get into the good stuff later on."
Yeah, like Gareth was on watching number 2, and I'm like, Jesus, you're still on number 2. Like it's he goes, yeah, you guys are talking over each other a lot. I'm like, yeah, there was Wi-Fi, and it was our first time. Give us a break, go a few in, and then it's all right. And he says, I'm on episode 3 now. I listen when I'm out walking, and it's funny watching people's reaction when I randomly start laughing. The best one was just now. You were talking about Godzilla riding a unicycle, and Drew made a clown horn noise, meh, and he let out a meh in public and scared a man that he was standing next to.
That is awesome. Audience participation, meh, all the way, man, all the way.
And from a couple of episodes ago, I had a Iron Brew beer, and I've gone back in to see Craig at Sandstone, and I've got myself a new Iron Brew one. It's called Fiery Ginger, and it's a gingery.
Sounds like a stripper.
Sour. And I'm a bit scared of it because I don't like sour beers, but he said it should be quite cool.
It sounds a little bit like a sexual transmitted disease you get from a ginger, maybe.
Well, you've ruined that test, now, haven't you?
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Holy shit!
Can you feel the ginger?
It's a good advert.
Oh, it smells amazing. It smells like the best Iron Brew. Like it smells like Iron Brew from when you were a kid.
Yeah, but petrol smells amazing, but you shouldn't drink it.
Would that be like?
Oh, it tastes good. That first hit was not what I was expecting because it's not beer anymore. It's like really sweet and strong. It's kind of not hot, but gingery hot, if that makes sense.
Is that like Iron Brew meets Jamaica Ginger?
It's like ginger beer, Iron Brew, and heroin. It's kind of like that.
If they all had a baby.
Yeah, it'd be a fucked up Scottish baby, but it'd be fucking great. That's fucking Iron Brew. It's the fucking best.
Oh, what is it?
Just like a
right. Shall we? I was going to press cinema selection. Shall I do it anyway? Fuck it, I'll do it anyway. It's happening.
Time to discuss what we watched this week in cinema selection.
Now, we didn't go to this. Well, we did go to the cinema, but the film we're going to talk about first is non-cinema related, and it's Roadhouse, the new one with Jake Gyllenhaal. And I'm going to bring on a special guest in a second. But what's everyone? Has everyone seen the new one?
Yeah.
Cool.
It didn't make it to cinema, did it? So that's why it's not part of the cinema selection.
Straight onto Prime Video.
It's probably a good decision not to put that on the cinema.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that was the thing. The director was really pissed off about it, didn't he? And he didn't go to the premiere because he was annoyed. But he admitted he signed an agreement that it would go into streaming. He got a certain budget so that he could go on the streaming platform. He could have had a less budget and gone to cinema. I think that was the case.
They lose so much money, though, don't they, without a cinema release?
Sorry to interrupt the show. Just a little reminder to say, check out our social media handles and follow us on Instagram and TikTok if you're not already. If you enjoy this podcast, why not share it with friends? And better yet, rate the show. Thanks for your time. Now, let's get back to the mayhem.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, even if it does bad, it'll still get, like, tens of millions.
Yeah.
Plus, like, merch or some whatever.
So,
special guest.
Everyone that's not watching us on video, a new guest has just arrived. Long-time friend, it's Gareth Roberts.
Me. They wanted me to go landscape. I had it set up portrait. Does it matter?
Landscape.
Okay, well that's what it's on.
Perfect. I'll just tell the guys who you are. Well, the guys know who you are, but the public. So Gareth Roberts, we mentioned him in the podcast previously because he's the only man using Amazon to listen to podcasts. Very strange. But he's been my next door neighbor since he was 1 year old, and I was 6 years old.
Minus the last 8 years, 10 years.
Well, yeah, lived together for the last 40 years or however long. So we've known each other a very long time. Anyway, we're bringing him on today because we've all watched the new Roadhouse film. Let's go to our guest, Gareth. What were your initial thoughts on Jake Gyllenhaal playing Dalton?
Well, obviously a different concept to the original, but obviously I watched the original afterwards, so I didn't know what I was going to expect.
You've not seen the original at all? You saw
no,
it afterwards first?
Yeah, I saw it afterwards, yeah.
Okay.
So my first impressions was, obviously, you learn that he's a UFC fighter, and he seemed a bit slow, and I was just like, obviously not seeing the original again, my original thought was, is he going to be the same sort of character, or is this a completely new thing? Of course, I watched it based off the Kev's Film Thoughts recommendation. So yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I kind of like the character. He seemed a bit odd in the head, which suits me a little bit, and quite funny.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was taking itself that seriously, did it? It was
No.
a bit tongue-in-cheek. And that's the thing, if you've seen the once you've seen the original, I don't know if you realise that there's loads of little jokes that he put in there, like, trying to think of them now. Drew's wrote an extensive list of thoughts on the film, but there was deliberate quotes about the original film in the new one that Jake Gyllenhaal was saying. I can't remember exactly what he was saying though. What was it?
What's that?
Know. I did pick up on a few quotes from both films, like not feeling pain or something like that, and nobody ever wins in a fight.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the character correct to a degree. They copied the character quite well. I put up a review on my Kev's Film Thoughts on Instagram about the new one, saying that it's stupid, but I enjoyed it, and everyone was fine about that. I then rewatched the original, which I hadn't seen for like 10, 15 years. I've seen it like 5 times in my life. I've seen it loads, and it is an absolute cult classic of a film. But I did a review of the new one, and I said that it does feel dated. The fight scenes are awful, but it's still a good film. But it's a bit toned down for places.
Scenes were that bad. I thought they were quite well choreographed, to be honest.
But like my cousin,
other films that have come out at that time, like I've seen worse.
Yeah, I suppose it is the 80s.
What about the new one or the old one?
The old one, the fight sequences.
Oh yeah, but in that time they didn't have the really the ability to and the camera tricks to kind of do it, did they?
It's the cinematography, isn't it? Like a punch if a camera's just facing you and you just go, looks crap. But if a camera goes, whoom, while you've done that punch, it looks amazing. So
the new one involved an awful lot of jerky movements, didn't it?
It was almost too much, wasn't it? But that's what made it like really cool. Like when he does that punch and he smacks his head against the thing, you feel that force, but it felt CGI. It didn't feel real. But
there was one thing I really didn't like through the whole film, though.
The new one,
and that was the extreme overuse of the orange and blue tone.
Yeah.
It's so over the top. Like that was like a couple of years ago. I don't know if everyone noticed the whole teal and orange thing came out, because teal and orange are the 2 most complementary colours. So when you see people colour grading, you'll see a lot of things are like very blue or very orangey. You see it a lot in TV as well, but and it's very noticeable when you start looking for it. But in this film, like his skin was like orange a lot of the time.
Yeah, that scene, because I was talking about, you messaged me while you're watching the film. I was just about to finish it and you were just about to start it at the same time. And there's that scene where he's in the back of the cop car, and the cop guy is the dad of the nurse he likes, and he's in shadowy. He's just like a frame like this, just his head, and he looks like Batman almost. He's like his forehead and arms are orange.
It's good. It did work. It works, but it is like the laziest of editing of like color of LUTs used. It's like you put it on there to instantly make it look film-like. It's kind of a bit like bit of a sort of cheat.
Yeah, and lots of the scenes when he was down by the dock, like when that crocodile ate the guy and stuff like that, when it cut to him, it was all desaturated, sorry. Like everything looked grey and bland, and then you turned around and he's in a Hawaiian shirt and it's like bright colours again.
Next time you're watching anything newish from the last few years, in the last when you look for it, you'll see it everywhere. So when you watch modern films, not all of them, but a lot of them, especially a lot of TV dramas as well, like Silent Witness and stuff like that. Like just keep in the back of your mind orange and blue, and you'll notice how much of it there is in stains.
It was in a TV series called Marcella. They used loads of blue and orange, and the film Joker used loads of teal and orange.
Joker used a lot of greens as well.
Have you heard the rumor that the new one's basically a musical?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I
think there's like at least 12 songs in it, or something like that.
That's why they've got Gaga, man. That's why they've got Lady Gaga.
Yeah, but she's a terrible actress.
Whoa.
She's so bad.
I will fight you. I will fight you.
She ruined American Horror Story for me.
Yeah, but I've not watched that.
I stopped watching it when she was in it, and that Star is Born is like one of the most boring films of all time. It's like
that broke me, man.
5 minutes in, I'm like, I know exactly what's going to happen. He's going to like blah blah blah. But it's just like so like.
Yeah, but it's not an original film.
No, but you can still jazz it up. When everyone was like, "Oh, it's so amazing," no, it wasn't.
Luckily, that sort of thing doesn't interest me, so I stay away.
So, Gareth, what was your impression between the two films? Like, did you prefer, after watching them both the wrong way round on the same day, like an insane maniac, did you prefer one or the other? Like,
not really, because they felt like two different films. But obviously, one's a remake of the other, but the storyline was a bit different. The main character was a bit different, although they're similar. They're in the head, you can tell they're different people mentally.
Yeah.
So the films didn't seem like an actual remake; they just sort of seemed similar apart. So overall, I probably prefer the new one, just because it's. I don't know. Saying it's newer sounds a bit cheesy for a reason for liking it, but obviously with the cinematography and the effects and things like that, it just seems easier to like.
It was easy watching, wasn't it? It was just sit back, enjoy.
Until Conor McGregor came on, that was it.
Well, he's
naked.
Awful, but it's
That's
fine.
part of the movie, isn't he?
He's awful and naked.
Who's everyone? People putting on everything now, aren't they?
Yeah, but he'll appear. That's the thing. The problem with today's culture is that everyone's a celebrity. So to sell films, they'll put in TikTokers and they'll put all these people in rather than actual film stars. That was one thing. I said that accidentally, but in the scene where Dalton walks into the bar for the first time and there's people dancing, having a good time, it cuts to this couple doing like a fancy dance. They are TikTokers. If you go on TikTok any time of the day, anytime, you'll find this woman or this man doing these little like 30-second little jazzy little numbers together.
I don't like that.
And they were in
I don't like that. That's a bit like cheap.
They weren't in the background and it panned. They were like focal point. Let's point it at these guys for 10 seconds and give them their moment. And then it cut to Jake Gyllenhaal again.
That's TikTok.
I think Connor's character was brilliant. It was cartoonish bad guy. It was brilliant.
I thought, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. He was terrible, but he was brilliant at being terrible. He played himself.
But you got to remember, he's literally never acted before.
Yeah, I think I've gone to the film already not liking him, and that's not helped my perception. But UFC, it's over the top for me, but I can see how other people are interested by it. My first impression was, oh God, this guy's going to be awful, and that's just what stayed in my head throughout the whole film. I did like his death stare, though. I have to admit, he's got a good angry face.
He's got a cracking beard as well, but he does look massive. Like he's gone from
he got huge for that film.
Slender, he's gone massive now. But he is intimidating.
He's tiny. He's lost it all again now. He's lost it all.
Has he? But he's got problematic stuff as well, hasn't he? Like he's in trouble for. Did he hit a woman, or was he?
I think all that's blown over now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know enough.
He'll never fight again. I mean, why would you? He's got like $100 million or something stupid like that. Why would you? Where's the motivation to fight?
That's what I was saying to Sadie when we were watching it. Like, Sadie did not enjoy it, but she was entertained. And I think that's all you can ask for in one of these action films.
Can someone quickly Google his net worth?
But
Drew's quiet. He could do it.
The thing that I was saying was that the only thing I like about Conor McGregor is that he's wealthy as fuck, and he's not ashamed to show it. Whereas a lot of these wealthy people are like just hiding. He's got a Lamborghini yacht. Like, what the hell? Who does that?
There's quite a funny video going around. There's a sneaker store called Complex that have like celebrities come in and do sneaker shopping. And Connor's in there, and he spends like he's in there with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, I saw that. He was trying to get him to buy those Nikes, wasn't he?
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is like I spent like $1,000, just over $1,000, and Connor spent like 25,000.
Really?
Going back to Conor being
$615 million he's worth.
One sec, guys. Go on, Drew. What's the number?
$615 million he's worth.
That's got to be conservative.
That's not even accurate. That he's made an excess of that amount in his career. Plus, he's also got other things going on, sponsorship.
Mate, that was last year.
He's got proper 12 whiskey, and he's got like a beer now as well or something.
And now he's got films. And then be
merch. Wait, he's released
he would have got paid loads for that film.
McGregor's released a beer.
Yeah, it's something stout. He's always advertising it. I don't know if it's his or not.
Kevin, you need to be drinking his beer. Advertise that.
No, it's always advertising his beer or something. Right, because I think he sold Proper 12. I think that's where he got most of his money from. I think he sold the whiskey company.
Really? Yeah, he's got.
I think
money.
So. Yeah.
He's intelligent.
He doesn't. Well, they rumored he got $100 million for the Mayweather fight.
He's lost so many fights. Like, he's not that great. He's a great fighter, obviously. I wouldn't be able to beat him, but he's not that great. The amount of fights he's had and the amount he's lost is quite high.
Well, but he knows that.
He knows how to use it to make money, because he was in that TV program where he was building up those UFC fighters in that camp and stuff. Like,
you've got to bear in mind, though, with his fight career, when he was 100% a fighter, he was the first ever two-weight champion at the same time. So he had 2 belts in 2 different weight classes. And then he lost a very close decision to a guy that's much bigger than him and came back and beat him. Then he lost to Khabib after a couple of wins, and Khabib's undefeated. And then he got his leg broken against Dustin Poirier. It's like, and also you've got to remember, after he won all them belts, that was when he started doing Proper 12 TV. He had a foot out the door. As soon as he stopped being 100% fighting, same as Ronda Rousey, as soon as she started doing other stuff, her losses started to rack up because she wasn't 100% in it anymore.
And then he did boxing and all sorts of stuff as well now, didn't he?
Yeah, and then they're fighting people that are only ever trained, whereas he's doing movies, boxing, like whatever he's doing.
So go on, Drew. You've got a bunch of notes. don't read a novel to us, but give us some highlights. But
I can get through it. I can get through it. Hopefully, it's entertaining to a degree. Yeah. So I just wrote notes on the Roadhouse, right? Fred the Tree. What? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So I put the Roadhouse.
I went back to watch that the second time and still didn't see Fred the Tree.
Fred the Tree appeared at the very end when he drove back, when he was on the coach leaving. Did he glance Fred the Tree then? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
That's how important it was, right?
By the way, Drew, did you watch it to the very end, like the post-credits bit?
No.
Is that what Connor comes out of the hospital?
I literally got off a flight and then went straight and watched
the film. Did you watch the film to the end?
I didn't watch post credits.
No.
Did you not see Conor McGregor?
What?
Yeah, he walks out of the hospital. He's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's got his ass out of the gown.
Drew, the new film, Conor McGregor, he's beaten to death, right?
Yeah, with the sticks in his neck.
Credits roll, and then at the end of the credits, there's like screaming in a hospital, and
he's beating up all the doctors, isn't he?
And he walks out strutting his stuff. He's fine,
naked,
and you see him from the back, and you see his arse hanging.
No. Yeah, he's just wearing a gown with the front, no back.
Really loves it. Doing his little walk.
Okay, so I put the Roadhouse named the Roadhouse. Then the same guy names his boat the Boat. This film should either be called Road Bungalow or just the boat in the Roadhouse. That should have been called the film. The amount of weird metas they were trying to do. I said, it's a weird place in paradise where thugs in their 40s antagonize a bookshop because they've got nothing better to do. that I put a top-level boss thinks being clean-shaven with a razor on a boat is a good idea. The script was written by a 6-year-old who learnt the F word and loved it. The best scene was when he drops the villain off at the hospital, or the villains off at the hospital.
Yeah, that was funny.
My second favourite part was the brief montage of Jake Gyllenhaal topless on the beach. Why do all these random holiday goers go to the most violent bar on the island, where bands perform in a cage? I'd be a little suspicious if during rehearsals as a drum player you're in a chicken coop. So it tries to go meta by characters explaining the Western plot inside the film based on a Western plot. And then I'm thinking, so Dalton's got PTSD from UFC, and to unwind, he reads a Fred the Tree book about a tree and a six-toed cat falling for an attractive female doctor as he shares quotes from the book. How did Jake read this script and go, yes, I want to do this. I want to work out like an athlete and learn fight scenes to a script that feels like it was written by the same team that did Bob the Builder or Postman Pat, adapted to a tropical island bathed in violence. The only thing that took a serious beating was the script.
Go on.
I feel like...
So you enjoyed it then?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Can we butt in on a couple of bits before you go too far? Because the cage in the band, that's obviously harking back to the original, but the difference is the original is a dive bar. It's rough. But you're right, the new place is quite a posh, nice holiday destination place. It doesn't make sense.
Well, everyone keeps going there, knowing the shit that happens there. Like, oh, let's go for a drink there, because everyone gets their head kicked in.
And the joke is about Roadhouse and boat. Yeah, they say the joke about Roadhouse is because the original film's called Roadhouse, but Roadhouse, as in a bar, which is on the road, is one word, but the original film is called Roadhouse. And the joke in this one is that they're taking the piss, saying, doesn't make sense. And then she goes, yeah, wait to see what my dad called the boat. Then it cuts to the boat.
The boat. Yeah.
No, it is a joke.
I get that.
That's it being self-aware.
The film was trying to have fun with itself, which is great. But there's so many meta moments that just, like, the script just, I mean, it felt like at one point, you know, the nurse character, the doctor, she's in the car and it looks like she's just reading the script off the rearview mirror. And then I said, a bar fight breaks out and everyone's kicking the crap out of each other. And the old guy is still shaking the maracas. And then the baddie is called Ben Brandt, the boss. So the alliteration on that is hilarious. But that's almost like Peter Pickle, the pedophile. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
You could have said any word that wasn't pedophile there.
Well, I know. Well, yeah. Well,
he could have been the piccolo player.
The pianist, I guess you could say, yeah. I thought the CGI was a bit weird, though. I didn't like the CGI in the fights. I felt like it
felt a little Michael Bay, like swoopy and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was like Michael Mann meets Michael Bay in a fight sequence, and then it goes a little Titanic, which was interesting when he's trying to rescue her.
How cool was it when they got a boat out into the middle of the sea where there's like sand floats or whatever, and they could just pitch up and like have a picnic in the middle of the ocean?
Do you know where they shot that?
Where?
Torquay.
No,
they didn't. Of course they didn't, you idiot.
I actually have that at Florida Keys. I've been there.
Have you?
Yeah, well, not to that exact bit, but I've been up the Florida Keys, and I have heard about the bit that you can go out like a few miles and still be able to sit down in the sun.
Have you been where they shot the film then?
I would imagine so. If they shot it in Florida Keys, that's where it was based. So.
I've been to Florida as well.
So have you been over the bridge, that long road bridge over the water?
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
The road bridge near Roadhouse.
We were there the week before a tornado warning, I remember. This has been back 24 years ago? Yeah.
2000?
2000. Just, the year before 9/11, but we won't talk about that.
You're like 10. You were like 10 or 11 then.
12, yeah.
All right, 12.
Yeah, I went in like 2004, I think.
So here's the big question for you, Gareth. Did you see Fred the Sapling? Because it wouldn't have been a full tree back then.
Wow, you never know. Fred the
I
tree
am
could be 100
Groot.
years old.
Fred the weed. He's growing strong.
Fred the twig.
I am Fred.
So Drew,
Can we just go out and just say here that Vin Diesel,
why are we talking about Vin
how does he
Diesel?
blag these parts? That
He
I
could
am
have been-
Groot.
he
How
could
much
have
did he
been
get
Fred,
paid
though.
for that?
Vin Diesel could have been Fred.
He's done another part where he's
Groot.
like I am Groot as well.
He's made
I know how
probably
Mango
more
likes
money.
to go off. Oh, sorry, no, James goes off on his tangents. I'm going to chuck this in before he does. I just wanted to ask you guys what you thought about the music being played in the two different films. Obviously, the original's more sort of
Rock and
rocky,
roll.
bluesy, and it's the same band over and over.
Yeah.
And the guy singing sounded really good, whereas the new one, there were different people playing every time, and their music was a bit... I can't think of a polite word.
It was
wasn't
soul
really
and
good.
blues. It was soul
Well,
and blues.
it felt a little bit like the X Factor, but in a cage where they get attacked. Like, and each band was just auditioning for the Roadhouse.
Do you know the function you can do on Prime? So if you're watching Netflix and you touch a button, nothing happens. But if you're on Prime and you press down or up, it comes up with how long's left of the film, but it also comes up with all the actors on the screen.
Yeah.
So every time a band came on, I pressed up, see who the band were. They're all professional bands.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I checked them all out. I quite liked them. But when you listen to the original music, it's all covers, but I loved the music in the original. So good.
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't really talked on the script, but I feel like it's Roadhouse meets The Room. You know, the one by Tommy Wiseau.
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 I think you're probably being a bit harsh on it. For what it is, it's a fun Sunday film, isn't it?
I
don't think it was ever meant to be an Oscar nomination.
Yeah,
I didn't say it was an Oscar, but
I
I think the problem is I've watched too many well-written scripts, and that's why I was surprised that Jake Gyllenhaal said yes to this project.
Do you know why he said
yes?
yes?
Yes to $50 million.
Do you know why he said yes? He knows the director, and the director asked him, would you be in Roadhouse? And he said yes instantly. Didn't look at a script, didn't look at anything. I don't know if you guys
I wonder
know
if he
this.
regrets that.
He was in a film with Patrick Swayze, Donnie Darko.
Yeah, I love Donnie Darko.
When Patrick, I think that's the film where Patrick Swayze plays a really dark, not nice, horrible, sadistic character, and that was one of Jake Gyllenhaal's first film. I've realised I keep saying Jake Gyllenhaal, but it is Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you ever say Gyllenhaal?
Also, there is another factor. Jake Gyllenhaal's in a lot of films that involve fighting. Maybe he's genuinely a fight fan and wanted the chance to work with McGregor.
He was in Southpaw, which was amazing.
Yeah, saw it as a bit of fun, maybe.
And definitely, I think the only problem is when you're used to watching films that have good scripts, it's hard to, like, if I'm honest, an hour in, I was like, nah, man, I'm good. Like, it felt the script was just shocking.
But don't you just want a fun film? Like, did you watch Ambulance by Michael Bay?
No, that's the one I need to see next. Yeah,
it's crap, and it's fucking brilliant at the same time. You'll put it
I
on,
really enjoyed that.
You'll be entertained from start to finish, but at the end of it, you'll go, "What did I watch? Dunno." There was an ambulance at some point. It was brilliant fun.
This is my harsh spoiler part, where it's like maybe if the train hit him, I could have saved 2 hours of my life. That's what I thought.
But I think you got to be in the right mind frame, because you're either going to watch a film like Roadhouse, the new one, and just accept that it's fun, or you're going to watch, I don't know, Oppenheimer, for example, and it's going to be very serious and full on and amazing actors and amazing dialogue and everything. Whereas sometimes
I think that's my problem.
Silly.
I think my problem is I didn't understand the premise of Roadhouse, and that maybe it is like a kind of funny comedy drama or a dramedy, and I think I thought it was going to be something else.
Right, okay. Well, the original's not funny. Is
it a comedy?
The original's
very
serious. No. It's a serious action film in the 80s. There's no comedy at all.
There did 2 or 3 jokes in it.
But hang on. If I read you some of the lines that I wrote down during watching the film, this is why it felt like it was written by a 6-year-old.
Well, the new
One
one's a
person
comedy.
says-
The new one's a comedy, but the old one isn't.
Oh, okay, the new one is a comedy. Okay, good. I was
Yeah,
worried.
No, I wouldn't say
Clearly.
it's a comedy. It's tongue in cheek.
Well, yeah, but he says this isn't a high school garage band. This is a guy just says that randomly in the middle of a fight. Then he says, "Why all the fuss? I'm just some guy." Then people keep saying crocs hide their food.
Yeah, because they can't find the body, and crocodiles
Yeah,
literally when
someone got eaten.
they
Well,
eat half a body and hide it so they can go and get it later, and they can feast.
Oh,
on
like a
it.
hamster underwater.
Yeah,
So it just
They have
stores
to,
it
like,
somewhere.
do
And,
a
okay.
death roll at the bottom of the lake first. They have to like play around with the people till they die, and then they hide them.
yeah,
But Big Dick can't help us now.
that's his
That
name.
was the guy's name.
I know it's his name, but it's just the way that it's like, and all of the characters say the things that he's done to them, like, "Oh, he broke my nose and stole my gun." Like, people don't really talk like that.
Of course.
You're forgetting the best line in the entire film.
What?
Go on.
We're in the boat, and he goes, "Who taught you shapes?"
No, I've got that. That is my last one. Look,
What? Say again.
It's
They're
like
in
the
the boat,
Octagon.
and Connor
Who
goes,
taught you
"It's
shapes?"
like our very own octagon," and he goes, "Who taught you shapes?"
I've got it. Who taught you shape? I had that.
My
That was my
favourite
last
bit
one.
was
You
in-
ruined it. You
My
ruined it,
favourite bit
James.
was
You
when he
ruined
was
it.
taking all the guys in the to the hospital in the car, and
Yeah.
it's just a shot of them all in the car, and he just goes bump.
That bit was brilliant, though.
Ow!
That bit was brilliant.
Yeah.
I loved that whole section. And the guy that broke his arm, he is brilliant in it. But you know,
The
when
nice
he breaks his
guy.
arm, that guy all the way through, it's brilliant. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to be violent, are you? Like, he was
just
brilliant.
goes, hey man, sorry, I just got into the wrong crowd. Like I just like riding bikes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kind
You
of
can't do it if
reminded
you're not
me
in a
of
gang.
I can't remember what nationality it is, but from Ant-Man, Ant-Man's little sidekick, the guy who just talks a lot. He reminded me of him.
Who's
The
that?
bit where he
You look
shoots the guy. He brings the dead body out of the freezer, which is strange anyway. He's just carrying this dead body around with him for fun. Then he shoots the guy a few times, and then the policeman says, "They'll know those bullets didn't kill him." I was like, that's the bit that I was like, what the? But yeah, I just said
I think
this
he was
film will be
referring
famous.
to the fact that he was clearly had his neck broken or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously bullets. Anybody that's looking into it, the bullets you can tell that it's happened after time because the body was in ice. So the bullets are going to be very different as they make impact with the body after being dead for hours. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant. Should we move on from Roadhouse, or have you got any other words of wisdom?
Oh yeah, did you know who was meant to play Dalton originally a couple of years ago? But the film got canned.
Tom Hardy?
Eminem.
No, very, very similar to Conor McGregor's story, except she kind of fell off the radar a bit and lost her popularity and stuff.
It was a she going to play Dalton.
Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
Wow.
Problem is with Ronda Rousey, when she started losing all her fights, the sort of aura around, undefeated aura around her kind of went, and all the movies dried up. Then she went into like WWE for a bit or something.
She was in Expendables, wasn't she? Expendables
Yeah.
2 or 3 or something.
Could we agree that it would have been an even worse film if she was in it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't, no offense to anyone, but like if she was there beating up all them massive men, it's just ridiculous. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I think what it is was when I'm watching it, and I obviously appreciate that actors want to do fun things as well, which is great. It's just that Jake Gyllenhaal, we said this last time, he's a great actor. Like when he's in the right role, like Prisoners, which you still need to see, dude, he is brilliant. Source Code, brilliant. And I think the problem was the script just felt so under par for someone of his caliber.
Yeah, I think
And
he
I
just
feel
wanted to
like-
do it because of the director, Patrick Swayze, and because he loves the film, and it was a no-brainer, simple one for him. He was on a podcast the other day I listened to, and
A podcast.
they were saying Smartless with Jason Bateman and other people. He was saying to them, well, actually, they were saying to him, it's like, why do you keep doing these roles? Like, you're really successful. You're a very good actor. Why do you have to do roles that you have to work out for and beat yourself up? And he goes, yeah, I hurt every day. Conor McGregor punched me many times because he's not an actor, and I keep
bet.
reminding him every 5 seconds, don't actually punch me in the face, and then he would do it. And they're saying to him, why don't you pick an easier role or a less physical role? And he goes, people don't think I'm funny. I'd love to do some rom-coms or some sitcoms or some comedy film, but people don't think I'm funny.
But he has done quite a few comedies.
Yeah, but not much recently. But yeah.
No.
So should we move on? Otherwise, it will be like an hour on Roadhouse, and I don't think that's too much.
From quotes, I actually had prepared a quiz.
Oh, smashing. Gareth,
I was going to...
Would you like to join the quiz?
My beer's empty. So. Quiz? I'll see you later.
Your beer's empty.
And there's Gareth gone.
Quiz,
was it something I said?
Quiz.
Is he allergic to quiz?
I think so.
It's an easy... The first section is easy.
All right, then.
It's quiz time!
Bitches! Okay, so it's in 3 stages. This is going to really hopefully test your brains, and we'll see how...
We don't have to write it down,
fanatics.
we can answer straight away, can we?
Yeah, of course, you can just shout them out, yeah.
Okay.
And the viewers, if you're listening as well, you can feel free to shout them
in
out.
The car.
Shout them out wherever you are. Wherever you are! So it's in 3 stages. The first one is easy, and I'm hoping that it is dead easy. The second one is the medium stage, and then the third one is hard stage, but it is only just 5 of each.
So what is it?
So, well, I'm going to say the quote, and then you've got to say what film it's from.
You told anyone that. You told us before. You didn't tell the audience that. What is
but that's what... Yeah, but I'm going to explain that now.
That's what I'm asking for.
So,
do it.
I'm going to say quotes from films. This first section is hopefully easy films that you should know. The second stage is medium films that you should know, and hard. And then some hard things that you should know. So inappropriate. Okay. Easy stage. I love your face, James. That is not the quote. That is just your face is 1,000 pictures.
So what if we both know and we both shout it out, but one's quicker than the other? Do we both still get a point?
Maybe. I assumed you'd be the point master. I'm just the quiz guy. I'm just the one reading the questions.
Quizzing, you got to be pointing as well.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to write on the back of a business card. Tallies.
Yeah, tallies.
Oh, you son of a bitch. That's not even... What is that? What is that even? Look, there's not even any ink on it. I don't even know what that is. That is a fake
Apple pencil.
It is an Apple pencil.
Yeah, it's a digital pens don't have ink.
Yeah, man. That's mental.
Well,
another plug for Apple, but that's weird, yeah. I didn't know I had that. That's cool. Right. Okay, K and J. Here we go. Okay, easy stage. The first quote is, "You're going to need a bigger boat."
Jaws.
Boom. Wonder Kev.
But I think, James, we got that. So should we pause for 3 seconds and both answer at the same time? So we both...
Okay, yeah, I want you to make your own, honk noise or whatever. If you're on one of those game shows, you make your own noise and that's your buzzer.
Well, we just say it. So, James, what would you rather do? Give 5 seconds and we both say the answer at the same time?
Yeah, give a few seconds.
And then if one of us doesn't know, there's just silence from one person and one person answers.
That's beautiful. I love silence.
Ask the question. We'll pause for 3
Dramatic
seconds.
silence.
And then if we know the answer, we'll say it then.
Okay.
I'll do that, shall I? Shall I do that?
Yeah, that's cool. That's nice. I like that.
Yep.
And I'll try and act them out as well for a bit of fun. I have a need for speed.
Top Gun.
Oh,
yeah.
You got to say it, James.
Kevin's killing it. James, you're just mute.
Top Gun's my favourite film. Of course I know what that is.
Practice.
Why don't you
This is
speak?
how we do the answer. Ready? Top Gun. You've got to
James?
say it.
You have to speak. You have to use your words. Use your words. Okay. This is a very easy one. I'll be back.
Terminator.
Well done, James.
James doesn't know the game at all. Wait.
And this is only the easy stage. Bless him. Bless him. You can't handle the truth.
Oh, shit. What's the name of the film?
It does.
It's Jack Nicholson, Tom Cruise, and it's
There's
courtroom
three.
drama.
There's three, which is another word for you.
A Few Good Men.
Boom, Kev. Boom.
I know, I'm not. My brain doesn't work very well. Like some of my favorite bands, I couldn't tell you half of the name of their songs, but I know all the
I get
words
name
off by
blindness.
heart. But
Mate,
I
me
can't
too.
remember.
I get name blindness. This is a tricky one though, even though it's in the easy stage, but it's famous as hell. Here's looking at you, kid.
Oh, don't go into like old films. That's
Hey, it's the last one.
Here's Looking at You, Kid. That's like Gone with the Wind. Era.
No. Oh, yes.
It's like fucking Singing in the Rain or
Ca.
Did it Cary Grant? Casablanca.
Boom, James.
that was a good little
James
Google on
on
the side
Kevin's-
there. James Sutton.
Ooh, on Kevin's heels there. It's 3-2 after easy stage. Medium stage. You is kind. You is smart. You is important.
Is this just an audition for Drew? What is this?
It could be.
You-
It could be.
I don't.
This is the only acting I do these days.
I have heard that. I couldn't
That's
picture it. I can't picture it. It's a man that's saying it.
No.
Cool. I know nothing then.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
James?
Not a clue.
Not a clue.
It's The Help.
What?
Okay.
The Help.
You've got to pick more famous films.
Man,
I
you've
like
got to
the,
watch.
I like The Help. It's good, but you're not picking films with
These are
famous
random.
quotes.
But these are random. Yeah. I looked up some and these come up as famous.
Well, of course they are. They're films, but they're not like
I'm
big films.
okay. I'm walking here.
Oh God.
Goodfellas.
No. It's got
Joe Pesci.
it's got oh God. Angelina Jolie's dad.
Yeah. And who else?
Shit, what's his name?
I know who he is, but who's it?
And it's got Dustin Hoffman. I'll give you a clue. The first part is the time on a clock.
What do you mean time on a clock? Time.
It's a time that you'd say.
12? 12
Yeah. It could be. No. Fuck, no.
What do you mean time on a
And
clock?
then
That's even worse.
the second part of the word would be in a Western.
Just tell us the answer.
Midnight Cowboy.
Oh God.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
His name's Vaught. No, not Vaught. Vaughn. Someone Vaughn.
John Vaughan?
No. Vaught.
Vince Vaughn.
John Voight.
John Voight.
Voight.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You have me at hello.
This is a long gap we're going to have to cut out unless anyone's watching the visuals, because when it's silent, people just think the thing's cut out.
Yeah,
But
you wanted the silence.
it is-
You wanted the silence.
But it is Tom Cruise, and it is the film.
Cocktail.
Well, I can see it. What?
No.
Cocktail.
Not
No.
Cocktail. Modern with Renée Zellweger.
Yes.
Mickey Blue
There's
Eyes.
another quote from it. Show me the money.
Yeah.
Show
Oh,
me
um,
the money.
It's the name, isn't it?
Why,
It's a
why
name,
can I
dude.
not remember the name of the film?
He's
It's
a
a name.
sports. He's a sports.
Yeah. Yes. I'm sure those people at home are excited too. We're so close.
Oh, everyone should have got it instantly because I got it instantly, but the name.
Jerry
Maguire.
Maguire.
I'm going to give James half a point because he helped Kev. I'm going to give you half a point each, actually.
All right. We might as well give
Which
the
is
whole
strange.
point. Doesn't matter. One or the other.
Well, yeah, I'll give you both a point. Fuck it. Okay, now it's the hard section, and these are some I've made up, but they're still in films.
What do you
I
mean?
haven't just made up.
Made up.
Huh?
What do you mean made up?
I've come up with the quotes from the films rather than them being ones that are online.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that's why it's going to be harder. But if you know the films, you might recognize them.
Okay.
Okay, ready? I just stole 50 cars in one night. I'm a little tired, a little wired, and I think I deserve a little appreciation.
60 seconds.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Boom! I'm going to give you both a point on that one.
Nicolas Cage.
Boom.
And
That's
Angelina
cool,
Jolie.
you guys got that. Okay. You call this number on a dead guy's phone.
Say again?
You call this number on a dead guy's phone.
Heat.
Drew, you need to respond to that. You said Heat.
No.
Right. So give us some. I know it.
7.
Give us like a genre. Is that a gangster film or is that a comedy?
Yeah,
film?
thriller gangster
It's
film.
not a comedy one. It's
by a very famous director. Produced by Brad Pitt, believe it or not.
I believe it.
7.
No, this is definitely gangstery. This is like I don't think it's Goodfellas. It's got to be more modern.
It's Scorsese territory though.
Is it Scorsese or is it Scorsese territory?
Departed.
What do you mean?
Boom, James, fucking equalizer there. You both got 5 now. Okay, this is the third one on the hard section. What are we supposed to do? Use harsh language?
Not a clue.
It's sci-fi. It's famous.
That's a given.
Of course it is. It's to do it. You know, when we were talking about the second best in trilogies.
Aliens.
Boom, sneaky there, Kev. Nice. Okay. He's a nutbag. Just because the guy has a library card doesn't make him fucking Yoda.
Don't know. Sounds familiar.
It's a film we talk about. It's a film we talk about a lot.
Say again?
He's a nutbag. Just because the guy has a library card doesn't make him fucking Yoda.
7.
Boom.
I don't remember that one.
Wow, you guys are equalizing. Okay, this is the final, guys. This is the doozy. This is the final one of hard stage. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. Thriller.
Say again?
It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything.
I don't think I know.
It stars one of the actors from Seven.
Fight Club.
Boom.
Is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, the scores on the doors.
What's that? 7
to Kev, 6 to James. Boom.
That was pretty. Yeah, some of those were a little obscure.
Yeah, but we can't make it easy.
Well, we're not experts. We just enjoy
not
film.
experts.
We're not like actual experts on anything.
That's true. That's fair enough.
Groovy pants.
Grooves in your pants.
Should we end there unless you got something else? And then
I don't have anything.
no.
I just missed out on the quiz you guys did last time because I was in Sweden. So
Oh yeah. Did we even ask you how was Sweden?
no, you didn't. How dare you?
I meant to.
No.
How was Sweden?
No, it was lovely, man. It was really nice to catch up with family. And I met a horse called Aramis, which is amazing. I'll send you a photograph.
Can't wait.
Yeah. It's special. And we played something called shuffleboard, which is amazing. It's like
we do that. We do them at work.
Yeah.
Do
you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where it's like an ice hockey thing, but you just slide it across the board. You have to get.
Yeah, it's like a curling sort of thing, but we're on wood with no.
Yeah, it's like bowls, but with these kind of crazy like hovering slidey things and.
It's really big
stand.
in like the bowling alleys and stuff. Now there's one down there, the bowling alley.
Exactly. Oh mate, we should do it, man. I absolutely love shuffleboarding, man. It's awesome. There's like the little sand pits either side. You can knock each other off into the pit.
Oh, is that where you've got like a circle? You've got to slide it down to get the closest to the circle.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Right.
It's basically like bowls on a table.
Yeah,
like French bowls. Yeah.
yeah. It's like the lazy version of bowls because you don't have to bend down,
the
pick
French
up bowls,
bowl.
Yeah,
and
boule. That's what that's.
they borrowed the sand. They borrowed the sand idea as well. So yeah, man,
Fandabby dozy.
it was lovely. Yeah, thank you. I had a semla, which was very nice, and I learned a bit more Swedish, which was good. So yeah.
Give us something in Swedish.
So I was saying, tack för maten Igor, which means thank you for the meal yesterday. Whoa!
What are you doing back? Who let him in?
Who let him in? Who the hell let him in?
I thought it was worth finishing up. We'll have him pop on to say goodbye.
I thought he's come to test me on my Swedish.
Gareth,
He looks like a Viking. So.
Mystery guest, Gareth. Oh, we should do mystery guest. Rather than me telling you Gareth's coming on, one of us should bring a guest and just send the invite to them, and then someone random will pop up we don't know.
That's awesome.
Or do know.
I'll just like hack the emails and just be the same guy every week and be like, haha, you're expecting.
You just wear like different. You wear different things, like you've got glasses on, or you've changed your beard, or that'd be funny.
Washed.
Good times.
Right.
Good times.
Anyway, we'll call this one quits, and we'll see you guys on episode 16. It's me, Kev, Drew, James, and mystery guest. Say something,
The beard.
Gareth.
Cool. Thanks for letting me on. That was great fun. Hopefully do it again sometime when I watch a decent film that everybody likes.
Could you do one of these for me?
I don't get it.
No, make the noise.
Oh. Yeah, I need more context than that.
It'll make sense.
This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for listening to Your Movie Podcast.
There we go. So now we've tested. Gareth was our test guinea pig. So guests are actually all right. We can bring some guests on if we want to.
Gareth the guinea pig.
James's cinema mate probably would be good to come on, and we can chat about the behind the scenes of cinema and stuff.
Yeah, did you see Drew, that Devil program's on next week?
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you two need to go see that. I genuinely loved that. I thought it was brilliant.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Like,
I've got something though to say. I've noticed that it sounds weird when you go to the cinema, Kev, right? And then you go to Kev's film thoughts. If you don't like the film, I then don't want to pay to go and watch it. Do you know what I mean? Even though we're already paying anyway. But it makes me think: is that gonna be a waste of my time?
yeah, but I'm not the end all and be all. Like, there's loads of shit I watch that I don't like that everyone else does. And I'm quite easygoing. Like, I will like not great films as long as they're entertaining. So I'm not the best judge of character. I just like voicing my
I've got to make my own mind up, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. See you guys at episode 6.